All right, guys, so I have a fun video for you guys today. I'm talking about one of my Holy Grail products, a product that I know that I love, that as long as they're in business, I will keep coming back to, and I have for several years now until I built quite a little collection here. But I want to talk to you about my Holy Grail brush. Let's jump right into it. So I'm going to go ahead and spoiler alert, I'm talking about Rephr brushes. I cannot remember who first introduced me to them because they're so heavily pushed on social media. I can't remember where that first push came from. But I ordered an eye set, I think, for hooded eyes, and I fell so in love with these brushes, and it's kind of ruined other brushes for me. And what I do now is whenever they have amazing sales, I go and I stock up, or I don't stock up. I get one or two brushes until I have replaced the collection. But I want to share with you the ones that I have and what I think about each one. But I'm telling you, the Rephr line in general, I love them. So let's start with eye brushes. I actually think that I will go from biggest to smallest just because that seems to make some sense to my brain. Okay, so let's start here. So this is brush number 12. And some of these are clean, but not all of these are clean. But this is a very densely packed, you can see the powder coming off of it, little brush in this kind of small shape. So how I like to use this is to pack on color in the outer corner. I also like it as a brow bone highlight. It's not my favorite for that. I wish it was a little bit less dense and I would use it for that. But I can't remember if I have properly let this one bloom yet either. So blooming for natural brushes, based on my understanding, is after you wash them a few times, the natural fibers, the natural hairs absorb water differently than synthetic brushes. So they kind of take on a little bit of a different shape. So this one may bloom still and not seem as dense, but that is 12. I'm going to go through these rather quickly or this will take forever. So then I have 13, and this is a perfect little outer corner brush. I have another one that is 14, and I want to show you them side by side. So 14 is a little bit bigger, but 13 is a little bit smaller. I use these bad boys all the time to do like really good detail work when a color is very vibrant, like the green that's on here now. And I got to be real careful because you can't pull it back. I'll use a smaller one. Otherwise, I love to use this in the outer corner and blend that out into my crease. I do have hooded eyes, so that sort of thing is important. All right, number 21. This is not an order of brushes, by the way, order of size. Number 21 is, I believe this one may be synthetic bristles. I can't remember. I think it might be, which is why they're a different color. This is such a good brush. It's for packing on metallic shadows, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I never thought that I would love something better than my finger for that, but I do love this brush. I give it a little spritz, and it's amazing. All right, then I have 3 blending brushes, so I'll just show you all of these at once. I have 15, 27, and this is 16. So, and they're smallest to largest here. So I really like these brushes. They're really good. Again, this one is really good for blending. You can see the green that I used for diffusing color. This is for all over lid color, and this one is as well. Honestly, these are pretty interchangeable for me, and they're both honestly really too big for my eyes. As you can see, that's pretty big for my eye shape. So I really do use that just if I want to diffuse some color. I would never use that to like do detail work or anything, any of these really. But they're great. I do wish that these were slightly more dense, the blending brushes. I like my other eye brushes more than the blending brushes. And I often find myself reaching for other blending brushes, but in general, the eye brushes have been really good to me. All right, and then we have number 33, which I love. This is considered a one and done brush by Rephr, and this is exactly what I use it for. Whenever I take my Super Shocks or a single one and done shadow with me, which I almost always do when I'm traveling, because I don't like to travel with palettes. I like to just, on my vacation, not spend time doing makeup, just put on a little and go. This is my one and done shade, and it is so good because it's fluffy enough on the end that you can diffuse out, but then it's like nice and compact so that you can really sort of pack down. So I've loved this brush. So that's my Rephr eye collection, and I have 5 face brushes that I'm also going to share with you guys. Again, I will go from smallest to biggest. Why not? Okay, so the first one, this is number 18, and this is a tapered domed brush. I use this for highlighter. This is my main highlighting brush. I really do enjoy it, but I wish it was a bit smaller. They don't have a smaller brush in this shape, or I would have purchased it, but that is the one thing. It's really great to diffuse though, so that it keeps things from looking too intense and crazy, but I do wish it was just the tiniest bit smaller, because if you dip this in too hard, watch out, it gets serious. All right, then I have this one is brand new to me, and this is 04, and this is the angled blush brush, and I really love this a lot. I love an angled blush brush because I feel like I just have a bit more control, and I like to push my blush into the skin. So because of that, I'm not really a big blush gal as far as big blush brush gal. I like a smaller blush because, like I say, push it into the skin, and I can just find that I have a little bit more control. I've really enjoyed this brush. It is new. I have washed it, but this one may also bloom a bit more as well. All right, the next one, I haven't used it all yet, but I'll tell you why I got it. So this is number 37, and shout out to someone on Reddit because this is where I saw this idea. But this is going to be my ambient lighting brush. So when I travel, if you guys have seen my travel routine videos, that's the only thing that I really take with me are my ambient powders. I don't really do a whole lot of complexion products when I'm traveling and stuff. So that's what I'm going to use this for. Just dip that into my ambient powders and just buff that right into the skin, because this is a perfect shape for that. And it's a perfect shape to fit into those pans. All right, the next one's going to look a little bit different because this is part of their Pro line. This is brush 05, and they have things like this in the concept store and the discount store all the time. It means it might have a different handle, or they may be waiting on a review for it. You can get some great deals that way, guys. But this is 05, and this is my bronzer brush. I have washed this one, but this one may bloom as well. But I gotta say, of all the brushes that I have, this one is my least favorite from Rephr, and that's just because, see if you can hear this. I don't know if you'll be able to hear that, but it's got a slight scratchy sort of feel. And I actually emailed Rephr about this, and they said to give it a couple more washes, and that should take care of the issue. So that's what I'm going to do. I've only washed it a couple times. I hate to just wash unless I have to, but it is a really great size and shape to buff bronzer into the forehead and all that good stuff. So I really do like that brush. It's just my least favorite because it's not quite as soft as the others. That's not to say that it's not soft, because it is. It's just not as soft as the others. So I'm hoping that a couple washes might, it's like petting a kitten. All right, so finally, my last Rephr brush that I want to share with you guys, and this is a big one, is number 30, and this is this beautiful, amazing powder brush. This is also brand new to me. Oh, I love this brush. I've washed it once, so it's bloomed some. It may bloom some more. Powder everywhere. So my skin is so dry now that I used to just powder, right? I'm past the age now where I can do that. My skin is so dry now that me with powder is literally like this. Just a little bit to set the makeup, but not to dry the skin, because my skin is so dry. This is perfect for this because it is dense, but it's not too dense. It's actually very loosely packed for such a huge brush, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is dense, but it's still got a lot of bounce, and it doesn't pack the powder on, so it's perfect for dry skin. I love this. I love this brush. Obviously, this is not travel friendly because it's huge, but I love this brush. So yeah, so that is my Rephr collection. Guys, I've fallen for the hype. I don't know what to say. I love these brushes. They really have made such a difference. I have one Sonia G brush that I got in a Lucky Box, and it's really nice, and I really like it, but I've loved my Rephr brushes. So like I say, the best way to purchase these is when they have sales or something in the concept store or the discount store. Get one at a time. That's pretty much what I've done, maybe two at a time, but I've built up quite a beautiful collection. So let me know in the comments down below if you're using Rephr and what you think, and I will see you guys in my next video.